Hey everybody, it's your old pal Steve Moore here, owner of Run More, this fabulous brick and mortar running shop located in Westminster, Maryland, and we'd love for you to think of us as your local online store as well. Thank you so much for checking out our channel. Today we'll be talking about the new New Balance Rebel 5 coming out summer of 2025. The shoes that I think we were most excited to see this summer, and there have been a bazillion awesome new shoes that came out this summer. Honestly, I can't remember a summer where like so many big shoes have updated. This was definitely, as far as like staff goes, very, very high on the list. So before we get too far into the New Balance Rebel 5, do me a favor if you haven't already, like and subscribe to our channel. It's a free, easy way to stay tuned with all the new updated stuff. And if you would like to pick up a new pair of the Rebel 5, stay tuned till the end. We'll tell you how you can save 10% on it. So let's get into some of the nitty-gritty specs on the New Balance Rebel 5. The Rebel version 5 has a stack height of 35 millimeters down to 29, compared to 30 to 24 on the previous version, both with a 6 millimeter drop. Both still feature synthetic mesh upper. The midsole is New Balance's Fuel Cell, which is an EVA PIBA blend, and it has an updated outsole with a new rubber coverage. And the weight has gone up by about half an ounce. On the men's side, this now weighs 7.5 ounces, and on the women, it's 6.3. So, where this falls in line with everything else in the wall behind us, this is like a poppy, everyday, responsive daily trainer. I know that's a mouthful there, but like, you can use this as a daily trainer, you can use this as a workout shoe, you can sort of do a ton of stuff in it. And honestly, like the Rebel to me, if I had to make a Mount Rushmore of shoes, and I've run in a million shoes over there, the original Rebel is on my Mount Rushmore. It just, at the time, it was very different from what I'd been running in. And honestly, I think I also have a good New Balance foot. Like I love the old Zante, if you guys go back that far. And like when I tried the Rebel, it was so different because it just had such fun energy pop to it. It had this cool, unique shape to it with like this lateral ledge to it to prevent too much moving to the outside. And I'm somebody who really wears the outside of my shoes out. And so like, even the shape of it was like such a fun, exciting thing for me. But you know, each year the Rebel has probably gained in popularity and notoriety. Like it definitely is one that people come in already very aware of. But I think the last version for a lot of people fell a little bit flat. And I think there's a couple reasons why. I actually liked the Rebel 4, and it's interesting now that like I've been playing around with the Rebel 5, I can see like maybe this wasn't as good as I thought compared to where we are now. I think for a lot of people, this shoe actually got a little too wide, and that was one of the things that on some of the earlier Rebels that people found it ran too narrow. So I think perhaps they overcorrected on version 4, and I have a big fat foot, so maybe that's one of the reasons why I always liked the Rebel 4, is just accommodated my big fat foot much better. But trying on Rebel 5, I had to be honest, like when I first got it, I was like, this is gonna be too narrow for me. I've had just, my foot's been bugging me lately, and I was like, I think this might be too narrow, which is a bummer because I really wanted to go take it out for a drive. But my foot calmed down and I've been able to kind of play with it a little bit, and I can tell you it's narrower than it was, but not so narrow that you're gonna be like, oh, I hate this shoe now. They've gone too far with it. I think we've been able to fit some people in it. We've had this shoe in the shop now for maybe like 2 weeks or so, and we've seen already like a nice group of people coming in excited for the Rebel 5 and found that the fit on it is better for a lot of people. Like I've noticed right away, I think where it also fits me is I think the midfoot just feels better. It's interesting, like especially when you get a chance to go like an old one and a new one on your feet, you feel so much more plush in the new one. I feel like it's not like a stability shoe, but it's like they just filled in that midside a little bit. I have someone with like I have a very high arch, and like it just, now I feel just plush all around it. I mean, part of it is they added 5 millimeters of cushion to it. We now have 35 millimeters high, and the old one was only 30 millimeters. So yes, it weighs an ounce more, but they made it a much more plush, luxurious fit in it, while out making it feel too clunky. So it's like, yeah, we changed some stuff to it, but I think all of the things that were changed for most people is gonna be very positive. It has a much more flowy feel to it as well. I think the old school Rebel, I think I felt the bounce of the shoe more, even though like the technology has gotten better in the midsole. I think because at the time there was just not as many things like it with that type of midsole, and now there's a bunch of other stuff on the wall that to me feels much bouncier. Like I didn't put this on and think like, oh my God, I just can't believe how energized I feel in the shoe. But I think compared to like the weight versus cushion versus stack versus fit versus feel of just like smoothness to it, I think it's great. I think they did a good job on it. And yeah, it weighs an ounce more than it used to, but like compared to other shoes that I'm popping on my feet and I've been comparing it to, even in this category of that like performance trainer type feel and that mid cushion level, I think it still feels very nice and flowy. I also, big props to New Balance. Like, we've just been seeing everybody just basically like, here's your new shoe, pow, 10 bucks more on it. And like, they've held it. We saw brands that are even pre-tariff talk, we're just jacking the price up with shoes. And truly, like, it gets really frustrating. And it's nice to see that like $140 is still there. So if you're looking for a shoe that you can go get ready and train for your, your fall half marathon, and you want to be able to go out and do 8-10 miles and still feel energized, feel fun, feel flowy, and now to honestly feel like you have more arch support than you did in version 4, I think you're going to be happy with it. And even just like little plush things, like the tongue is more plush, the lacing feels better, the heel feels better, like all those little miniature things that like when you first look at it, like, it doesn't look all that different to it. It still has that Cybertruck kind of look to it. I just think it's better. And by updating the rubber on the outsole as well, it's going to be a little more durable. And I guess I should have mentioned that as well. Is like, especially like version 2, I felt like the rubber, it just kind of broke down faster. You'd have people coming in after like 150, 200 miles and it just beat to crap. And I think they did like make a concerted effort to try to make the shoe more durable, and they did a good job on that as well. I think you're gonna see people being able to push this shoe to that like 300 plus mile mark is really what you wanna be getting out of a shoe like this, and you should be able to get that. So if you're looking to tackle some summer miles, get ready for a fall race, feel like you can do like turn some miles on the track, go out and do some fun tempo stuff, and still feel like you have enough cushion to go out and just do some junk miles. Maybe you're not gonna go out there and do like a 15-mile long run getting ready for a marathon, but like if you're just going out there and doing up to like 10 miles and you still wanted to feel some fun underfoot, I think you're gonna be happy with the new Rebel 5. So if you wanted to pick this guy up, we'll have a link down below, and if you enter promo code WATCHMOORE, WATCHMOORE, you'll save 10% and we'll ship it out for free. And if you have any questions on this, leave them down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. If you find yourself in the great Westminster, Maryland area, and by the way, it is great in Westminster, Maryland, stop by and say hello. There's a good chance you'll catch me while you're here. Happy running, happy summer times, and we'll see you around town. Thanks so much for watching. Click the videos on the screen to learn more about some related content.